Hello and welcome to Side Character Quest. This is Ty. I am not joined by a guest this week. I know it's a little strange, but we're going to be doing something a little bit differently this week, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you do. If you do, then maybe I try more stuff like this. At any rate, all I wanted to do is hop in and tell you guys before the show started that if you haven't caught up on the whole show yet, if you haven't listened to all of the arcs that you're going to listen to, then I would recommend going back and doing that because we will be touching maybe on some things that would be surprising if you hadn't listened to the earlier episodes. It wouldn't really make sense if you didn't know who some of the people are. Well, hopefully though, you have an encyclopedic knowledge of everything. If you don't know all the lore, if you don't know all the fishes in the sea and the ducks in the sky, then this whole thing will make no sense to you. No, I'm just kidding. It'd be better to start to have listened to the rest of the things, but if you haven't, oh well. All right, I've held you up long enough. Welcome to the show. Lord Cedric, come on in. You need anything? Sweet tea? I wish we could have met again under better circumstances. I mean, you know I cared about your grandson. I try to teach him to act a little bit more, more normal. He's a good kid. That Roderick, or he was, I suppose. It's practically all Niffy ever wanted to talk about, and she's been through enough. I couldn't even tell her he was missing. He's gone overnight. Don't you worry. You'll see him tomorrow. This horse wanders back here. Business as usual. Clara goes looking for him. Runs into some things out in the woods. Wandering around. Nope, no skin, no sinew. Just bones rattling around in the forest. Well, I'm sure he's fine. Well, Clara didn't feel that way. She called you guys. It's been weeks. I haven't seen hide nor hair of that boy. He's not the type of guy to just up and leave. He's the best kid that you could have asked for. I mean, he's not maybe what you're hoping for. I know he's not. He was never really all that interested in keeping the family going or anything like that, but he was always interested in doing the right thing. How am I gonna tell her? How am I gonna tell her that young man who picked her up out of her... How am I gonna tell her that her hero. I don't think she's ever gonna see him again. I don't know what those things are in the woods, but I mean, he's gone. And now half the town's gone. I mean, I don't blame him, you know? I mean, this town's hasn't been much of anything in years, but it was something, you know? It meant something to me, my home. And I promise you, in his name, I'm gonna keep this place safe. I don't care what else comes crawling out of the ground. I'm not letting them touch this land. I'm not letting them take anybody else down with them. I'm not letting any other children lose their families. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Could you give me a minute?
I swear to you, I'm not lying. I'm out in the woods, totally out of food, hadn't seen a road in 2 days. All of a sudden, I hear this rattling sound, and I swear to you, I see a hand in the underbrush just walking right by me. Not attached to anything, a hand. Well, I don't have anything else to go on, so I follow it. And after a bit, I realize it's some kind of weird cactus blight with a gauntlet on it. Crazy, right? It bobs its way through the trees until it goes into this weird hedge. Why the heck not? I go in too. But when I step out the other side, it was like a whole nother world. Like there was this warm breeze, the ground was soft and cushy, I could smell honeysuckles. There was this stream, but it wasn't going anywhere. It just was. There were these weird mushrooms growing in a circle around the whole place, but the weirdest thing is that there was a peach tree in the middle. And I think I'd been thinking about peaches when I spotted the hand. But here's the crazy thing. I swear to you, this is true. When I stepped out of the hedge, I wasn't in the forest anymore. I stepped out of the bushes just outside of town.
No, it's alright. I'm just working on some paperwork for a repair order. I appreciate you coming in on such short notice. When Clara arrived at the monastery, it took all my doing to keep it hushed, but I know you can be discreet. That thing that flew her in. She insisted it was her friend once, but maybe it was. After it dropped her off, though, made sure she was safe, I saw a smile spread over its face and it terrified me. Strange reports, earthquakes, necromantic creatures, and now the guardian's gone missing. We were finally starting to make a little bit more progress. Our researchers finding all sorts of answers to questions we didn't even know to ask. I can't help but feel that the gods are laughing at us. But that's neither here nor there. Come on now. I have some stuff I need to show you. Some tools that might prove helpful. Need you to keep an eye on that girl. All right, let's out of fish. How you doing there? Enjoying the new job? Can't help but notice the storm's been going quite a while. Pretty fierce. Something's telling me your Grandma Gull could have had Main Street nice and sunny by now. By Mount Rena standards, of course. You know, ain't no shame in looking for help when you need it. And son, you need it. No, we can talk about something else. You hear about that, human woman wandering up the mountain? Damn near scared the daylights out of one of my regulars. You know Betty? She was up north of here, hunting, I don't know, hare or something. When out of the snow comes this tall thing, near froze to death. And definitely not hardy stock, at least as far as cold is concerned. Well, Betty wrapped her up and brought her into town to get looked at. Not just for frostbite, mind you. She, didn't seem quite right in the head. Talking about orcs and skeletons and the like. You know me, I'm not one to believe those sorts of boogeymen. Well, anyhow, maybe try to meet her if she's still in town. Went by the name of, Alberta, I think.
Yes, I got a message from Master Alton from, the city by the circle. Cirque? Yes, well, it appears he is under a little bit of stress. He didn't send a traditional letter. He hired a druid messenger. Yes, quite serious and discreet. He wouldn't say why, just that he needed somewhere that could provide temporary housing for 3 people. I've never known Master Alton to ask for this sort of favor, but after all he's done to help our guild, I believe we should do our best to be accommodating. When the time comes, of course.
A halfling man, his apprentice, and a new friend stand around a table making plans to spirit themselves away in the night, while nearby a painter and a juggler wait for them to make their move. Far away in a cathedral on a crossroads, practically a world away, a cleric cares for her ailing father, and with zealous devotion determines to seek out what has cursed him. A woman with golden eyes shaded in black soars through the sky, the smile of a bargain well won on her face. In a clearing ringed with toadstools, deep in a forest, wherever it needs to be, a wizard shares a peach with her two friends. And deep beneath the ground, in an unhallowed network of tunnels and caves, sit four figures cooking something on a campfire. One smiles, cloaked in violet. Another laughs and sharpens a borrowed blade. A third leans back, strange and gaunt. And a fourth fakes a smile as he tries to flex his missing arm. Thanks to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Find them at thejoydrops.com. You can find us at sidecharacterquest.com, at SCQ Podcast on Twitter, or by email at sidecharacterquest@gmail.com.
This is going to get cut and put in the bloopers.
Okay, so here's the deal. Because of the nature of this week's episode, I don't have any bloopers for you. So instead, I'm just recording a few moments of audio. I have no plans for what I'm gonna say. Did you guys hear that? See, I was just going to talk into the microphone because I didn't know what else to do here. I didn't know how to naturally make bloopers in a show of this format where I'm just recording by myself. But here I have done it. I have made it happen for you. I have been speaking, and then all of a sudden a peal of thunder happened almost comically. Almost comically. I say almost comically because it wasn't funny. And that's all right. Sometimes bloopers can just be a terrible mistake. Hey. See you in a couple weeks.